Hello, Gravy Timmy, and welcome back to the culmination of 1,000 years in the mega campaign. That's right, little Timmy. You are officially 10,000 years old now. It's time to move out of the basement, get a job, get a girlfriend, get married. Hit the like button. Subscribe! So, after a few minutes of painstakingly fixing a few of the issues on the map, we are here! Now, the only things that really affect us in terms of our empire, the empire of Chadwick, the Viking nation that has taken over the good piece of the Mediterranean, is that I actually gave the most of the Spanish land that I took at the end of the game just to my puppet, just because, why not, really? If I really want to, I can annex them back later. I just didn't really want it directly, personally, because I'm gonna have a lot of fronts with people already. And the great leader of our Empire of Chadwick, as we did go ahead and turn pretty liberal towards the end of our Vic 2 game, is our democratically elected leader of Dagar. It's kind of, interesting that our mix of Italian and Norse cultures resulted in this man. And for the rest of the world in this mega campaign, it probably looks exactly like you remember, really. Just a few little bits and bobs were cleaned up here and there, and yeah, I am ready to play some Hoi 4 and watch as this entire world goes to hell. The converter does go ahead and give me puppets in terms of my colonies, so we have the Italian East Indies, and we have Italian Sudan, and then Southern Africa down here, and of course we already have South Africa as a puppet as well. And as you can probably see, I did fix our little Sudan situation. And you may ask, why did it turn Scandinavian Canada into secret Denmark? I have no idea, and I am too scared to find out. Alright, here we are. We have a absolutely huge industry compared to a lot of the other countries around us, because the AI obviously can't quite handle the ideals of actually making industry in Vicky 2. Now, because we did make some allies at the end of the game, we are apparently in the League of Nations with quite a few people. I think we're the only actual faction on the map, but much like the League of Nations in real life, don't expect this one to stick around. I have to take a break there and go download the cheat mod so I could add some resources to the map, because for some reason there was no resources on the map at all. Yeah, so I just spawned some in for everyone. It's the best we can do. I don't know how to fix it, but yeah, now everyone just has a overabundance of resources. But you know what? I don't care. I want some more. So the converter does give a whole lot of nations a whole lot of focuses to start conflict. So we shouldn't have to worry about the world going to crap without us, really. It's definitely going to go to crap. We do start with a war going on already. We have the Scandinavian Ghanaian War, which is very one-sided by the looks of things here. Personally, I think that our new ways of liberalism and blah 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 have left us quite weak. Can we not go back to the good old times when we were human sacrificing? I think it might be time for a bit of a reshuffle in the Empire of Chadwick. If you're wondering where Churchill ended up in this universe, I've got the answer for you. He's in Papua New Guinea! I just realized, technically, I guess we never really innovated on our warfare, as there wasn't really any, so no one ever discovered what a tank was. 1938, everything is looking quite peaceful in the world, but I think our era of peace might just come to an end at my own hand. Everyone in the world's just kind of getting on a bit too well, you know, probably from the overabundance of resources everyone found. The winds of peace have, thankfully, blown off, and we have decided it's time to return to tradition. Didn't like that. They did not like that at all, but I guess I will be keeping custody of the League of Nations. And we got our brand new leader, and as you can see, he has quite the hairdo. And by hairdo, I mean he doesn't actually have any hair. But of course, that is from the Italian side of our genetic history. Definitely not the Norse. Mussolini lives on. The first act upon the world is to finally get rid of Switzerland. I just realized as well, I guess if any country was to get radicalized from their tumultuous history in this mega campaign, it probably would have been France. I see they have definitely gone the other side of the political spectrum than me, though. Gotta keep an eye on that one. But anyway, time to get rid of the Swiss once and for all. Here we go. Look, the borders are suddenly so much better. The Golden Horde also had a bit of a political switch there, and I've got to say, their leader is a lot better than my leader. First of the AI to go to war, we've got the Republic of China now going to war with Hunan, probably to actually unify China. It was unified for a long time, but then it started exploding in Vicky 2. Although, I want to go ahead and get control over Egypt, mostly for revenge after the Sudan incident. Bad news for all my Hunan enjoyers. You have been erratic. Oh. Nanking Republic. Oh. Nanking Republic, eh? Let's see how we do against Egypt. I think China is just going a little bit ham here. Also, Japan declared war on Ryukyu too. And, oh, okay, yeah, I'm noticing a trend over here in Asia. Yeah, our empire just keeps growing larger. I won't lie, Germany. That probably isn't going to work out too well for you. I don't think you're going to be able to get there. Oh, wait a second. I guess I could help. Why do I keep falling for this? Why do I keep helping you? Me and the Germans, we have a very complicated and long history of constant backstabbing. Only on one side, funnily enough. Barely got that landing. That was very hit or miss. Few of my units because they were just so low orged when they got into the province, but there you go. The Germans are now officially in Germany. It's quite literally been hundreds of years since they were last here, but they have returned to the homeland. Not sure why, but the most common thing I'm noticing in everyone's focus tree is that everyone just has one to go to war with Japan. And as such, everyone is at war with Japan. I'm not too sure, but yeah, okay. Japan is the big bad guy apparently. And the Lucia just actually reconquered Lyon there too. What the hell? Hello. Sorry, did you say declare war on Japan? Okay. Well, you know, the focuses in the converter aren't exactly amazing. But I guess everyone just hates Japan. There are plenty of nations that also get other war goals. France looks like they will be going toward Belgium at some point. The Golden Horde actually has just a whole load of declare wars they can do. Recruited a general, and I think I might have found what happened to the Pope. Okay. I think you are pushing your luck a little bit there. Are they all with France too? I'm not helping this. Germany, like, you just asked too much too often. If you're wondering why I have the state transfer tool still on, it's just for times like this where the AI just doesn't know what's good for it. The Germans have now been kicked out of France and returned back to Germany, and there is a faction that has been formed, the European Pact. The slight feeling they might want to have a word with Belgium at some point, because the French most definitely want their land back with the 12th billionth war for French Rhineland. Okay, just to so this game actually goes somewhere, I just went ahead and used the console to piece Japan out with all the random people they were at war with across the globe. Now, if Japan actually declares war on any people, because they have so many people to declare war on, I won't piece them out, and will actually, hopefully something happen. But when I saw Persia and Poland declare war on Japan, I think that might be a little silly. You can definitely trust me on that regard, because I am the king of silly. Ooh, looks like we got a war between the Polish and the Hungarians. The Poles also had the Romanians too, but they don't exist anymore. Bengals come back for their land. Oh, I think they're gonna get it very easily too, because I just saw not too long ago Nepal actually beat India too, and yeah, okay, well, Okay, once again, this is why we keep this activated. There you go. The AI doesn't really know how to handle peace conferences in vanilla, let alone in a mega campaign. Yeah, it is not looking too good for the Hungarians, I gotta say. The polls are definitely giving them 1-2-1-2. I just don't know which spy I want. Do I go with the normal looking ones, or do I go with the rectangle? I think I'll go with the rectangle. There he is. The rectangle spy. I was just wondering when this was about to happen. Yeah, the French stand absolutely no chance. And I think the Scandinavians kicked them out of their faction too. So the Belgians gonna roll over oh, there goes Hungary. It's not the worst peace conference we've seen. They actually unified Romania too. Look at that. Wow. Romania got this land back up here and they released Bulgaria. Don't think they're gonna get Mongol Bulgaria anytime soon though. It all just kicked off. The Romanian Concordat is now a faction with Colombia, Romania, I assume, and Poland and Belgium, the true faction of the world. But then the Golden Horde in Scandinavia just went to war too, and that is probably going to be the big one. The Americans are now taking all this colonial land, but that is... also put the British in the Romanian faction. Meanwhile, though, nobody is in France's faction. The European Pact is not very European. There it is. Giant Belgium was busy fighting their little wars. I'm going to go ahead and do what I should have done a very long time ago, and also carry on a very long tradition of our country of beating up Andalusia. Interested to know, does Africa still exist as a tag? Oh my god. You may remember them as the Viking nation that we birthed into North Africa that just kept dying, but once again, they are finally back. Syria's dying, and Bengal and China and Vietnam and the actual India are all at war. Okay, nice. I think I've decided who my enemy might be though, and it is definitely Belgium. Diplo pressured Germany back into my faction. Once again, the abusive relationship continues. So this means I can drag them into my war against Belgium. A little bit awkward. So I'm declaring war on Belgium, who was guaranteed by Hungary. Yeah, Hungary's gonna join. Now this is officially a world war, and my once birthed child, America, is coming back home. But completely forgot that in the faction called the Romanian Concordat, that the Romanians were actually in the faction. So the Belgians are using the old tested strategy of running into the brick wall until it breaks down. Our ancestors would have loved this. In fact, I'm loving this. It's technically just one giant human sacrifice. So it took me a little while to actually build some good planes, but as you can see, just my good fighters here. All the rest are all garbage ones I've just had left over. All my good ones here though are absolutely decimating them beyond belief. Even went ahead and renamed it to the Sky Raider. From the sea, came from the land, and now I'm in the sky, blowing up your plane. What's the most surprising here is that the Germans are actually holding on over there, but I also get the feeling that may have something to do with me and the mass amount of casualties I've caused on them. I also just noticed that Vietnam just got a hell of a lot bigger. The Golden Horde wants to join my faction. I mean, sure, I guess. Might as well drag Scandinavia into this too. Fueled the skies of the Belgian menace with the Sky Raiders. We're now commencing our operation to rid them of this world. You know, just ever since I've seen Belgium on the map, my day has just been ruined. And I have been recording this for multiple days now. Also, every single Belgian person is currently in the army. They are on scraping the barrel. They have taken 7 million casualties. Scandinavia now being in their faction and Golden Horde being in my faction does mean that the US is now getting invaded by secret Denmark. I can't believe that Denmark was the imposter this entire time. Not that there was anyone left in Belgium. They all died in the army. And now let's see if we can push east and link up with our allies, the Golden Horde, which I'm not even sure that this front line has moved the whole time these guys have been at war. And also, yeah, don't worry, the Ottoman Empire is still here. They're still thriving. They haven't done any of their focuses to expand, and they look like they never will. Oh. And, oh, it's 1945. Okay, that's why I have nuclear bombs. Sorry, boys, notice that you're all having fun starving to death over here between each other, but I'm just gonna have to put that to an end. I just want to say that I do not promote the fact that Germany looks this large on the map and has this much land. After what they have done throughout this entire mega campaign, this is not allowed. Scandinavia has capitulated, and as you can see, the Golden Horde truly is a shining beacon of piss. Our empire looking pretty good. The German Empire shouldn't exist, but we do need to capitulate Great Britain and also Colombia for some reason, and I I might as well give this a go. You know, why not? That's right, UK. You remember when I invaded you last time? It was a long time ago. A few hundred years ago, actually. But I'm back, here to crush the revolution once again. I really wish I had that nuke back in EU4, that's all I'm saying. UK dealt with. Now, all we need to do is get to Colombia. Rest my army over to Yucatan already, and I got a war goal on these guys just to call them in so we can then essentially just walk all the way down to Colombia, although it's never going to be that simple because it never is. So Colombia, just gonna loosen you up a bit. Yeah, that wasn't quite London though, was it? I was wondering what happened to South Africa, but my puppet, my other puppet, South Africa, actually gets a focus to integrate them, which I guess that's kind of cool. Also, I haven't looked down here the entire game. There is an African front. It's not very interesting though. The breakthrough has finally happened. Will we be free from this very long war? Yes, we are free from that very long war. Okay, now I have a lot of decisions to make. There we go. After 1,000 years in the game, Germany has finally made it to Germany. I also accidentally gave Italian Sudan this area, so we're just gonna keep it like that, really. Also, alright, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I think the leader of Great Britain might be a little bit suspicious. There you go. After a war that literally left like 8 million Belgian people dead and like 17 million British and Scandinavian and Polish and Hungarians combined dead, I think it is definitely time to put the game to rest. I gotta say, I don't think the world map looks too bad. A lot of places were never really expanded on too much. Bengal and India are still in an endless war where neither of them can break through this one little place. And yeah, Bengal and Dainam, who is Vietnam, they ain't looking too good. Hey, the rest of the world has been pretty neatly divided now. The US is absolutely huge and our best of buds. Considering we did create them, I think that's only fair. And the Empire of Chadwick is a human-sacrificing, horrible place to be. But we did do a lot of conquering, a lot of raiding, a lot of pillaging. Still haven't really probably made amends for the fact we did kill the Pope, but you know what? It is what it is. But I mean, I think the worst part about all of this is probably just the fact the Golden Horde just got to this point. But you know what? You gotta respect the hustle. And yeah, this has been a very interesting mega campaign this time around this year. We've had a lot of nations that disappeared and then kept reappearing in other places. And we've also got a lot of countries that you wouldn't think would survive this long. I mean, Syria, they've got Anatolia, at least the western half. We've got Mongol, Bulgaria, we've got the Ilkhanate still alive over here. India, just in general, is just confusing. One place that will always be boring, no matter the history there apparently, is South America. Literally nothing happened. Well, except like the 15 nukes I let off in Colombia, but you know what? Sometimes we gotta do it to them. But yes, alas, it has come to an end for another year, and if you very much enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe button down below, and I hope you all have a very happy holidays if you do celebrate it. If not, happy Tuesday, if this is a Tuesday. If not, happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or back to Tuesday. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the series this year, and we will be back next year for even more wacky shenanigans in EU4, CK3, Vic 2, and Hoi 4. It'll be great. Maybe. Oh, and of course, last shout out, if you guys want to go ahead and give yourself a mega campaign yourself for Christmas this year around, I'll leave all the converters as usual linked down below for you to get started. But now, it's time for me to delete these saves from my goddamn computer because this is the most cursed game we've ever had.